Trent Jason here from the Thunder Underground podcast, and we're going to talk about the new movie, The Dirt, the story of Motley Crue, supposedly the most notorious band in the world. You know, so we did one of these videos, I don't know, a month and a half ago or so.
Oh, with the trailer.
Yeah, when the trailer came out.
Yeah.
And I think the initial reactions we gave on that were pretty spot on what we ended up thinking about the movie.
Yeah.
Which was kind of like, you know, it could be good, it might be bad, but, and I think when you watch it, you kind of get that same feeling like, it's not a bad movie, but it could have been a hell of a lot better. And I think, I see, you know, a lot of people, when they're talking about it, the people that don't like it are complaining about, it should have been a miniseries, or, you know, they couldn't fit all this info in. I'm like, I'm
tired of that shit.
Yeah, that's not how this is meant to be. I mean, it's a movie. You get an hour and 45 minutes. Of course, there's going to be a ton of shit left out.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, here's, and you know, there's, you know, a lot of this is social media comments and posts, right. And sorry, don't mean to be a dick, don't mean to burst anyone's bubble, but get fucking over it. Get over it.
Right.
Okay. You know, yes, we're all rock geeks. We all want the whole thing. We all want all of it. We all want too much. We all want to hang out and, you know, jam Foxy Lady with all of our favorite bands. Yes, we know that. That's fine. Whatever. I understand. I get it. I'm with you. But also, you have to get some fucking logic in there at some point. You have to step outside of it at some point, and remember that this is a movie to, you know, to go out to a broad audience, to attract a broad audience, and to make money. So right off the bat, when you think Motley Crue, what do you think about? You think about girls, 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 the Pentagram, Dr. Feelgood, Smoking in the Boys' Room, Too Fast for Love. You don't think about Generation Swine, and as much as I love it, you don't think about John Corabi or the self-titled record. You just don't. So you have to know that they're not really going to spend a lot of time on that. So when I see these posts about they left so much out, they left the 90s out, well, of course they are. None of these bands did anything in the 90s that anybody in the mainstream cared about. We cared about it, but the mainstream didn't. Motley Crue was popular, they're most popular in the 80s. So, of course, that's what the film is going to focus on. We can't have a 5-hour goddamn film. We're not going to have a mini-series, okay? And so, you know that in your heart of hearts, so just get over it and be glad that we even had a fucking movie, and that the movie was fun, and that the movie represented the time well, and that, you know, it was tongue-in-cheek, but it was also a lot kind of smart. There are some corny parts, but those were small. And, you know, is it War and Peace? You know, is it fucking Casino? No, it's not. You know, this is not avant-garde filmmaking, but it's fun. So stick with that. Get over it. And as Richard Pryor says, have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up.
There you go. Just cut off right here.
We probably could.
Right.
I've been waiting for that.
Right. No, I mean, I think you mentioned the geek thing, and when we talked about Bohemian Rhapsody, I bitched about there was a lot of timeline issues in that movie that didn't need to happen to save time. They could have just been accurate. And this one, the main timeline issue was the whole Vince and his daughter thing, which in this movie makes sense because, like you said, it covered their beginning till about 91, which was their heyday, the decade of decadence, 81 to 91, right? So you can't just like throw a story in there of Vince and his daughter from the mid-90s when that actually happened. It didn't make any sense in the movie. It's a big point that needed to be in the movie, so, you know, they had to fabricate that, and I guess that's fine.
Exactly.
But, you know, the only thing that kind of caught me off guard as far as in Actualities was whenever the band was in the rehearsal space. I know they were in a studio, and then Vince showed up, and they're all sitting around. He's like, I don't remember what he said, like, you know, what are you guys doing or something? And then he goes over the piano and he starts playing Home Sweet Home. like the beginning of it, like he's messing around.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't write that thing.
Who?
Vince Neil.
No.
So why is he? I don't know. Like you said, it's for a general audience. So
exactly.
I need to just quit.
And yeah, and that's
like
that's the thing is the general audience. I don't give a fuck. You wrote Home Sweet Home.
Right.
Half of them don't even know who performs Home Sweet Home. They probably think it's fucking Warren or something.
Right.
You know. So there you go. I like that. They addressed some of the issues. You know, Mars would talk to the camera and be like, okay, this didn't happen.
Right.
Or this happened differently, but for the film. And it just kind of threw in a campy, kind of fun way of doing it.
Yeah, I really like that.
And I liked that they always used Mick because, you know, it really portrays him as like, you know, the sane one.
Yeah.
And he was. So
he's the guy that would actually say in real life that didn't happen. So
yeah,
it makes sense to portray him that way in the movie. But it's cool that you mentioned not only that this is based off of the book The Dirt, and The Dirt, every chapter is written with the Ghost Rider, of course, but portrays a different member, and then even people outside of those 4 members.
That's right.
Each chapter is by someone else, and then they did that in the movie where they had the voiceovers from each guy, each of the actors, which I thought that was a cool nod to the book.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like you said, the kind of campy, obvious, tongue-in-cheek stuff, I think, helped with the fact that this isn't supposed to be, like you said, Casino or Goodfellas, but it's not even supposed to be as good as Bohemian Rhapsody.
No.
But, it's like, but it's better than what, these kind of movies used to be. Obviously, when you think of movies that went straight to like VH1 or something.
Exactly. Like the Def Leppard movie was just a fucking... a steaming pile of fucking Campbell shit.
Right.
And you also have to remember, Bohemian Rhapsody had a way bigger budget than The Dirt.
Right.
So there you go. And so I don't know, keep bitching. If you think you can do better, go get your film crew and do it.
Right. Well, I want to touch on acting real quick. I thought, obviously we mentioned some of these guys don't really look like these guys, but hey, and they could have done that if they really tried, but maybe it was a budget thing. You just got to get what you can. But I thought, I forget that guy's name that played Mick.
He's a Welsh guy. It's like Ian Rowan or something like that. Yeah, Ramsay Bolton from Game of Thrones, pretty much.
Right. He didn't look exactly like Mick, but I thought he portrayed it very well. And then I thought Machine Gun Kelly as Tommy Lee was not spot on, but it was extreme. It was believable that you were watching Tommy Lee.
It was outstanding.
Yeah.
It really was.
And then, I'm not saying that the actors that played Nicky and Vince were bad, but I didn't believe I was watching Nicky Sixx and Vince Neil. But that's just a guy that's been attached to this band for the past 30 years, basically.
Since we were kids.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, the little corny part. Sometimes the wigs look cheesy or whatever, but fuck it. What are you going to do? I mean, I like I said, I'm just jazzed that somebody made a movie about them.
Yeah.
And I had a blast watching it. So
it was a long time coming. I mean, they've been trying to make this thing since 2007, I think, or 5 or something. Nicky Sixx was, and it went between studios, and finally Netflix made it happen. Another thing I've seen on like posts about The Dirt, whether it be social media or comments on reviews, or like, now Netflix should do this on Guns N' Roses or Van Halen. I'm like, that's not how this works. This is a movie based off a book.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, if you want to find a writer to write a story about Van Halen, good luck.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm not an avid book reader, but I'm an avid reader of autobiographies.
Same here.
Yeah, this being one of my favorites.
Yeah, The Dirt is one of the best. You won't find one better.
That's
right. Hard pressed.
So now I feel like all those people, those avid book readers who go watch a movie and is like, oh, the book's so much better. Now I see where they're coming from. Yes. I sympathize with them because the book is way better, because there's not a single scene in this movie that involved a gas station burrito, which kind of pissed me off. Go read the book, people. Like we said up front, we're from the Thunder Underground podcast. You can find us at thethunderunderground.com. There's a link right below where you can subscribe to our podcast on SoundCloud or iTunes. Also, click below and subscribe to this YouTube channel to see all our future videos. We've done video reviews on albums, songs, Guns N' Roses, Cheese, a long list of stuff. We've had podcast episodes with guys from Tesla, Megadeth, Warrant, Kiss, Seven Dust, a huge long list. So go check those out as well. And thanks for watching.